Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at a new bike light that I picked up. It's by a company called T-Rich, and I picked this up I picked it up from Amazon, and at the time that I bought it, it was $17, and this is a front light, and it comes along with the rear light as well. So stay tuned and we'll take a look at it. Welcome back everyone. So I picked up a new bike light and it's by a company called T-Rich. I just found it on Amazon. It had a few good reviews. It didn't have a lot of reviews though. It only had about 22 reviews, and they were mostly, I mean, they were all positive really. So this is the box it comes in. It's just a plain brown box. It just has like a little, the name of the item on the front over here. And when you open it up, so you get a bunch of stuff. Let's just start with the flashlight itself is in this little plastic bag. And this is it. And there's a name, T-Rich. It's T-E-RICH. Honestly, it just looks like a normal flashlight. It doesn't look like a bike light. But it does come with all the mounts and everything needed. Let me get back to the light in a moment. Let's see what else is in the box. And this looks like one of the mounting devices for a handlebar. And then you have your rear light. It has a little plastic covering over it. And then you have two of these, which are to secure your rear mount. I mean your rear light. And then you have two USB cables. One is a Type C, which is, let me see, get this focused. There we go. So this is a USB to Type C, and the other one is a USB to a micro USB. So, and we got some instructions in here too. Let's see. Okay, so this one is just how to use these elastic bands to mount your rear light. And here's some information about that, the rear light. There we go. All right, and then we have the front light. There's a quick guide. And here's some information about that too. I'm actually just reading this for the first time too. And then information on how to install it. And so according to this, it has 5 lighting modes: high, medium, low, moonlight, and strobe. Okay, all right. So yeah, the user manuals for both the lights. And I'm going to move all this stuff to the side. So these are the elastic bands. I'm going to put that away as well. This is the mount for your bike. Now it comes in with this little hook, which I believe is going to slide into here. You see it has a little groove over here. Goes through, and you're going to slide this right into it, just like that, and it's going to go in all the way, and it's going to click into place. And then you're going to use this to tighten it around your handlebar. Now, the reason why we get the USB cords is both these lights are USB rechargeable. I do not believe that they have an accessible battery. Um, Actually, this may, but I don't think it tells you on the user manual how to actually access the battery. But let's just show you the lights first. So this is the rear light. It's fairly small. It has little rubber covering on the back, which is going to access your USB port. Just going to make sure my camera is focusing. Okay. And there's the on-off switch right on top. Again, it's rubberized. The whole housing for this light is plastic, and I think this has 4 modes, but you're gonna click on it once, and it's gonna be a steady red light. Click on it again, and it dims a little bit. Now you can see it flickering in the video, but it's actually not flickering. It's just a steady dimmer light. You click it again, and now it goes into a kind of a slow blinking mode. And you click it again, and it does this kind of thing, which is a kind of intermittent strobe, where it flashes and then stops for a little bit. And then you click it again, and it's in a continuous strobe. And you click it again, and it goes back to the brightest permanent light. Now, I realized that when you click through these, they're going to just keep cycling through all the different modes. And the way you turn it off is you're going to hold down the power button, and then it turns off. Now I'm just curious to know, if I turn it on, does it start from the beginning, or does it start where the mode I left it on? So it does start on the mode that I left it on. So I'm just going to put it on the high, and I'm just going to turn it off. So I'm not sure how well the camera is picking it up, but it is a bright light. I'm going to try to show you what it looks like in the dark a little later on. I may actually mount this on my bike and then show you what it looks like. All right. This has an on-off switch right on the top, and underneath it is your USB port. You can see that. There's a USB port. Again, it's under a little rubber covering, but it's not on the back. The back is actually completely flat. So we're going to turn this one on. One click, and you get, I'm not sure if this is the brightest mode, but let's see. I'm going to click it again. Okay, so this is definitely brighter. So it must have turned off on a little lower light, but this is definitely brighter, and this is a little less, and this is even more. Okay, so it looks like there's 4 levels of brightness. Okay, yeah, so this is the brightest one, and then you have this would be the moonlight, or whatever they call it, twilight or whatever. But so there's 4 settings of light. Now you double click it, and it's going to go into strobe mode. So when you turn it on, first of all, it has this the button, which is rubberized. It has a green glow to it, and so I'm going to double click it now, and it sends it into strobe. Now you double click it again, and it's going to be a faster strobe. And you double click it again, and it should be an even faster strobe. I didn't really see a lot of difference between the last 2. And to turn it off, you're going to again hold it down, and it turns off. Now when I turn it on, I want to see whether it just turns on the strobe, or if it turns on the flashlight. So it turns on the flashlight. Let's see if I just double click it, does it go straight into strobe? Yeah, it does. Okay. So that's interesting that it has that kind of memory, um, depending where you leave it off and how you turn it on. Um, so from what I can tell in the back, it looks like it can be screwed off, and I'm wondering if I can open this up. Okay, so it looks like it's turning. I'm going to see if it has a battery in here. Okay, so it does have a battery. And this looks like it's housing an 18650. Let's see, you can see the specs for that. There we go. And 18650, I believe a couple of these somewhere in my apartment. I gotta look for them, but that's good because you can totally change out the battery once this doesn't, when this stops recharging. But it's a 2000 milliamp battery, so it's gonna last for a while. So, like I said, I'm going to mount this on and I'm going to show you what it looks like, probably when it gets a little more dark outside. But so far, I'm actually pretty impressed with this. I mean, just as a flashlight, this is actually, it's actually pretty bright and pretty nice to use. And the fact that it has this little hook can be used as a belt on your belt, like a belt loop. At the same time, it also hooks into your mount, so you could use this on your bike, and then you can totally take it off and just use it by hand if you need to. So like I said, this was $17 on Amazon. It shipped really fast. Like I don't, they must have had it somewhere nearby, whether it's made in China or somewhere else. Let's see, it probably is, I don't know. I don't, oh yeah, so I mean, I don't see it say made in China, but from these manuals, I can make out that this looks like a Chinese company that made it. But still, it shipped really fast, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy using this on my bike. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install this on my bike and show you what it looks like, and then test out the lights. All right, so here is the rear light, and now I wasn't able to use that elastic band around my seat post where it's supposed to go because I have this rear rack. But the rack bag actually comes with this little loop, and it's actually meant for a light because the carrying handle is on the other end. So I just put the loop through it, and it's holding pretty secure. Now this reflector came with the rack itself, so I'll probably just leave it on. But let me turn this light on and you can see what it looks like. As you can see, it's pretty bright. It's still kind of bright outside. You can see the light from the window. I may make a quick video once the sun sets to show you what it's like. I'm actually going to head out for a bike ride right now. Yeah. So that's the rear light, and let's see the front light. So here's my front light setup. Now, I ended up using the mount that came with the flashlight itself. It went on pretty easy. I have a little handlebar extender because this is where my cell phone sits, and it's kind of taking up my handlebar. Even though it's a mountain bike, isn't a straight handlebar. It has a curve. So I can't really attach a lot of stuff on that curve. So I have an extended handlebar, and that's what I used to mount my light onto. Now, I have a front rack, and what that is doing is it has a bag over here for storage, but because my cell phone was already in this case, I use this for like a solar battery, one of those cell phone chargers. And what I have it doing right now is running my USB from that to my flashlight. So when I head out now, it should charge this up and at the same time keep my flashlight charged. Again, if I'm riding in the day, I'm only going to be using the strobe on this. So I shouldn't be running a lot of battery off of it. I probably won't do this too often. I don't want to overcharge the flashlight either. But otherwise, it went on very, very easily with all the mounts that came with it. And I just had to like do a little improvising to set this up. But yeah, you can see that thing just turned green, which means it's fully charged. And this also turned off, which means it's not charging it anymore. So I'm gonna run, like I said, I'm gonna head out for a ride now, and I'm gonna keep this on strobe. And you know, the sun, it's still sunny outside, so it should keep it charged. I'll make a quick video when I get back or when the sun sets, when it's dark, and show you what it looks like. Hey everyone, so it's not completely dark yet, but I decided I'll just show you what the lights look like. So this is the rear light. And my front light. So there's the brightest one, and then it works its way down from there. And double click it. There we have the strobe, the rear light. I'm just going to put this on. There we go. Yeah, definitely not going to miss this bike when riding at night. There's way too many lights on it. But yeah, so that was the flashlight and the tail light from Amazon, from a company called T-Rich. So thanks for watching, everyone.